likely to be unemployed for high school graduates. The unemployment rate for high school graduates is 10% compared to 14.3% for high school dropouts. High school graduates make an average of $8,000 a year more than high school dropouts. Graduating from high school will affect how you live the rest of your life. It's about personal satisfaction and self-esteem, being happy with your job, and a better quality of life. Dropouts are more likely than high school graduates to be unemployed, in poor health, living in poverty on public assistance, and single parents with children. Dropouts are more than 8 times as likely to commit crimes and serve time in prison as high school graduates. More and more jobs require at least a high school diploma. Most colleges and technical schools will not admit you without a high school diploma if you were to still pursue of getting a job without going to school. One research study pointed out that 82% of America's prisoners are high school dropouts. Dropping out of high school gives you fewer opportunities, like earning less money, and most likely you would regret it because society will misjudge you for not having an education. Since high school graduates have more job opportunities than dropouts, you'll also have a better chance of getting a job that interests you. Now, doesn't that beat living your life in poverty and working at a job you hate? Joblessness and jailing for high school dropouts and the high school cost for taxpayers. High school dropouts, the percent of who work in are 60.4%. The mean annual earnings are 8,358. High school graduates is 79% and 14,601. 1 through 3 years of college, 87.7%, 18,283.
Time.
Okay, you can finish it next time.
Okay, go just Eric.
Right. Many Mexican kids are staying at home and they're willing to help with their parents at home because they want to like earn more money for their family because maybe they are poor, and I believe that's their choice and they don't need to go to school. Like if their parents want to earn more money, they can help them instead of going to school, and I believe that's their choice and they can do whatever they want.
Alright. Go.
The benefits of staying in school and receiving a high school diploma are numerous. High school dropouts are 4 times as likely to be unemployed as those who have completed 4 years or more of college. Graduating from high school will determine how well you live for the next 50 years of your life. High school graduates earn $143 per week than high school dropouts. College graduates earn $336 more per week than high school graduates. That's $479 more per week than high school dropouts. On average, a dropout earns less money, is more likely to be in jail, is less healthy, and is unhappier than a high school graduate. Almost all employers require at least a high school diploma in order to be in employment. There are very few jobs that do not require a high school diploma, and people without a diploma are generally forced to take minimum wage jobs. Many minimum wage workers are first forced to take 2 jobs just to be able to pay the basics of rent, food, and clothing. In one study, 74% of people admitted that they would have stayed in school if they could make the same decision again. High school graduates live longer on average than dropouts. High school graduates also raise children who are healthier and better educated. In other words, staying in high school means it is more likely that your child or children will too.
Okay, go. Admiral.
Okay. In October last year, 65.9% of people who graduated high school had enrolled in college. That went from 66.62%. You would gain money if you didn't go to college because you wouldn't have to waste the money on a college pay if you don't get a scholarship. You wouldn't have to pay for tuition or books. You can gain valuable experience as well as life experience you also get to see how it is to work a full-time job. A person can receive 60% of his/her average weekly wage. Not to In 2012, the maximum weekly benefit amount is $611. The maximum weekly amount is recalculated annually and is increased by 6% of the statewide average weekly wage. A claimant can collect a maximum of 26 weeks of benefit on a regular unemployment claim. In addition to the direct benefits of a liberal education, a study of workers aged 25 and up in 2006 showed that the median income of someone who had only completed high school was $27,380, while those with a bachelor's degree had a median income of only $30,000. Increased job flexibility, increased savings, and better consumer decision making were other ancillary benefits of the college degree, as determined in a 1998 study by the Institute for Higher Education.
Okay, go please. Okay.
Dropping out of high school puts individuals at a disadvantage for life. Teens completing high school with a diploma have a greater lifelong earning potential than without a high school diploma. Also, dropouts have a difficult time at finding jobs and retaining jobs, unlike those who complete school. Companies that tend to hire persons without a high school diploma also tend to pay lower wages for the same jobs than do companies requiring a diploma. Those with higher levels of education find it easier to get and keep a job for two main reasons. One reason is that they can demonstrate basic skills of math, science, writing, communication, and problem solving needed for most jobs. There was a time when a strong body and a willing spirit was enough to guarantee employment. With increasing technical skills and more of work were once performed by employees now being accomplished by machines. These qualities may not be simply enough. High school dropouts will earn $200,000 less than a high school graduate over a lifetime. Dropouts also commit 75% of the crime. The unemployment rate is higher for dropouts. It's at 10.5%, and they earn less money. A person with a doctoral degree, his employment rate is 2.2, and his weekly earnings is $1,623. A professional degree and the unemployment rate is 2.3%, with a weekly earning of $1,714. A master's degree and employment rate is 3.4%, and its weekly earnings.
You can hold it till next time now, go ahead.
So now we go back to Chinese, so we have 1 minute.
You can rebut against them, you can do a rebuttal, yeah. You can address them, they can't answer you though. So you could say, my opponent, Pritzl, said.
My opponent, I said that that going to school, most kids want to go to school and they want to get a degree. Well, most Mexican kids, they don't get the choice to go to school. In Mexico, you don't have the choice to go to school and go to work and get a job. Most kids have to stay home, they have to help their mom. Kids in Mexico, they have over like 7 brothers and sisters in one room. They don't have a choice but to stay in and help. The oldest siblings usually go to work with their father or their mother, whoever they're gonna go with. They end up getting most of the money for their parents because most of their parents are either getting hurt or it all depends on how they're being raised. So.
Kai.
Shelly said that they want to go to school, but I said they most likely enjoy going to school because it gets away from doing farm work and sometimes they don't like all that labor.
kids work in the fields, they want to help provide for their family. They want to help get extra money so they can stay living in the place they have, pay for clothes, food. It's not really, we wouldn't understand the position they're in, but would you rather live homeless and go to school, or work in the fields to help provide for your family?
Shelly, you were you didn't really have facts, you were just telling a life story of someone. Jacob, you, in the beginning of when you started, you stated, "It's my opinion," in quotes. So, it's not really fact. And then, Animal, you said, how do you waste, you said they're wasting their money in college, but if they're already poor, how can they waste it if they don't have that much money? And then, Just Garrett, where did you get your info from?
He can't answer. You can't answer yet. Now you can answer. You may. You can say anything you want in your 1 minute.
Many kids stay home and help their parents, and they don't like to, and they don't get enough fun like us. They may not like school because whenever they make friends, they have to move out to Mexico, and how Chelly said, you just don't have the choice.
Well, keep in mind, we're talking about America. We're not in Mexico. Oh, that's important to the story. So go ahead and rephrase what you said. Well, they're not in Mexico. You can
They have to keep moving, like.
talk to the camera.
They have to keep moving, cause they have to keep working in like different spots, and they don't get to go to the same school and learn the same stuff, so, I think that's what you said.
Go, right.
So Animal, you said if you pay money for college, it's a waste of money, but if you go to college and pay for it, you'll pay the money off because you'll get a better paying job and you'll gain that money back and earn more money later in your life instead of settling for a minimum wage job.
What? No? He's making a statement, you can write it down and then respond with your closing remarks. Oh, except if are you done?
Yeah.
Then it is his turn now.
Okay,
Moderator, you're supposed to keep moderating.
Go.
Monica, you said that the people who get a college degree get more money to pay off their tuition or books payments, but some people don't get scholarships and they have to keep using money from like their parents have to borrow money, they have to get loans, and after that, even if they have a master's degree, some people don't get an actual job that pays enough to pay off their tuition or books.
Go.
My proponents may stress that family is better than dropping out. Family is better than money. And dropping out for family and starting work is better than staying in school. But if a person were to get a degree or complete school, wouldn't they make double, triple, or quadruple the money and help out their family? That's a problem.
Okay, so.
Closing arguments, 30 seconds.
Closing arguments, 30 seconds.
Well,
Complete
basically
sentences.
said, I know.
Wait, he needs to rephrase that. And now.
And now we have closing arguments, and the debaters will have 30 seconds. Speak with Chelly.
Well, Pizza Hill said that they might earn quadruple or triple, whatever, but he said, but most kids in America that are Mexican, they have to go to work, they don't have their parents usually don't, it's hard to explain, they don't have enough money to send them to school. You know how some schools you have to get your notebooks, your pencils, your paper, everything, your backpack, they won't be able to pay for it, so how are they gonna go to school when their parents can't even afford school supplies for them?
Okay.
go to college.
Charlie said that they can't get all those supplies. Well, they can if they talk to the teachers and the principals and stuff, because they can help them out, so they can do better. And most farmer kids want to do better, so they can get better education and help their family.
Okay, go Jacob.
Rachel said that if you just stay in school and go to college, and you can probably help out your family with getting the money that comes with college. If you don't help out your family currently, how do you expect to get into college and pay to go to college? If you don't get the money, how do you expect to get into college?
Okay, go Devin.
The answer for both of you is financial aid. Financial aid.
Perhaps you should explain what that is.
Okay, they help you out if you don't have the loans to go to college. They'll help you out so you'll have a debt, and then you can pay it back in the future.
Okay. Just great, good.
Like Monaco said, like if they get they pay the money for their books, and like when they get, as you said, if you have a degree and you get all the money to pay it back. What if like you go to college and like you fail the classes and you don't get to get the job that you wanted and you can't pay the money back?
Alright, go Monaco.
Well, why would you fail the class if you're good enough to go to college? Like, you shouldn't be a failing student if you're college bound.
Alright, go Emma.
But some people still fail classes even if they get into a good college. And for they basically just stress a lot in the classes, and they can't do them because they have stress in their family home, and they're afraid that they won't be able to pay it off later in life.
Alright, go.
Like Admiral said, but they have a high school degree, they can still get a pretty good job. That's it.
Okay.
So now your job is to
Are
offer
there
the audience
any
chances
questions?
to make comments and questions.
Comment?
Any
Question?
Hello.
Lisa?
Like I think Monica said it, they said financial aid, but you don't get financial aid when you're in elementary school or middle school. You only get it when you're in college.
He can answer to you, yeah.
But if you do graduate from middle school or high school, you are aiming to go to college, right?
Yeah, but Teddy says like for when you're in elementary and you want notebooks and pencils, you told her that it's financial aid, but you don't get financial aid when you're in elementary, only when you're in college or
Okay, but
university.
usually teachers provide us with stuff like those buckets right there, scissors, crayons, that sort of stuff.
Hold on, but,
He said, yeah.
most teachers don't. Like in high school, they're not gonna provide that for you. You're not, even here, some of them don't even provide you paper. Ms. Campbell doesn't provide you paper, she gives you paper that you had from last year, and well, one of the teachers doesn't even provide you paper, how are you gonna expect to write your notes if you have paper?
We have friends.
Well,
Friends that could-
what if their parents don't allow them? And that's not what I meant, but like, you know how some people don't wanna share food because, paper does come out of trees and trees are growing. People just keep cutting down trees and cutting down trees and cutting down trees. One day we're just gonna end up not having trees.
We're not talking about trees.
No, but cause like Harry said, you have, like your teachers are gonna provide you paper, pencils and all that. Most teachers won't.
Well, if you talk to the teacher personally, I think they would
Yeah.
understand and try to provide you with stuff.
Yeah, and most farm workers make $600 a year, and they can save up
$600 what?
dollars.
A year?
Yes.
It ain't more than that.
They don't
More
make
than
$600
That, you would be in such poverty if you made $600 a year.
Most farm workers
You
make
wouldn't
about
know. Wait,
$11,000.
monthly? That'd be monthly, right? 600?
They might. No, weekly, they don't make
It all
600 a week.
depends.
Okay, so then they have it.
Yeah, and they could save up. They could go to the Dollar Trees. Everything's
Yeah.
like a dollar.
Well, keep in mind, can I interject here? Both of you sides make good points, but keep in mind, many Hispanic families have multiple children. I think the point here, why it's difficult is, if you have 1 or 2 kids in your family, you can buy a notebook and a backpack without too much sacrifice. If you have 8 kids who are going to school, well, don't laugh, there are students who do, it's really a big challenge.
How could you save your money if you have to pay the bills? Most of your money goes to your bills, your electricity, your water,
Rent.
your rent.
Agua.
What is this?
Your gas bill.
That's water.
No, thank you. I didn't hear what he said. I think that you guys, I'd like to just say you had some very good points. Prince Hill, I wanted to bring up one word that I know I was wanting you to say. You were trying to say opponent. You said proponent.
Yeah.
I'm not picking on you at all. That's wonderful that you used it. You were using wonderful vocabulary. A proponent is someone who supports something. An opponent, so your proponents were on your side. So that was just a little glitch. I'm amazed how many statistics your side had provided. They were really shocking. That, who said the one about 82% of all prisoners are dropouts? That's amazing. That's a really telling, very scary statistic.
May
Yeah,
I answer the sets?
sure.
They have human services.
They have what?
He knows a lot about
Human
it.
services.
Well, a lot of people in the class may not know what that is.
Yeah.
Like food stamps, welfare,
Yeah.
Medicare.
I know, but a lot
They
of,
can find you a place.
I know, but a lot of Mexican parents they have too much pride to apply for it. They have too much pride to like apply for financial aid, and food stamps, and WIC, and a whole bunch of other things.
That is a very valid point.
They have too much pride
But if they're suffering enough, then they would
They
eventually
would
go.
be desperate.
Yeah.
They would like you to speak up.
If they're like desperate enough, they would, because they'd be basically like starving, and they would have to eventually.
Yeah.
But if they have too much pride, wouldn't they want their kids to do well so they can keep their pride by going to school?
No, because if you go to school, they a lot of Mexican parents think, oh, what's school's for? Why are you gonna go to school when you can be in the fields working? I didn't go to school, but look at me now. But a lot of parents have that pride. They have a lot of pride to think, okay, I'm doing well for my family. I'm gonna do good for my family. I'm gonna do better than my mom and my dad did for my family.
She has a question back there. Comment.
I